Famous story, Rabbi Chaim Soloveitchik, who was once approached before Passover by somebody from the community, had a very strange question. He said to him, Rabbi Soloveitchik, is it possible to fulfill the obligation of the 4 cups of wine by using milk? And Rabbi Chaim said, no, technically you can't use milk, you need to use wine, you can use grape juice, but it can't be milk. And he brought this man into his study and he gave him some money. And Rabbi Chaim's wife noticed he gave him a large sum of money. And when the man left, his Rebbitzin asked, I don't understand, obviously he needed wine for his Seder, but you gave him a lot more than that. And Rabbi Chaim famously answered his wife, he says, if a man this religious asks whether he can use milk instead of wine, then he probably doesn't have enough money, not only for the wine, but for any of the food, for him and for his family. So I gave him enough money for the whole meal also. And that's a very important mitzvah, by the way. It's called Maus Chitim. You're supposed to give some money to enable a fellow Jew who cannot afford to have a meal. It's not cheap to have a Seder. This is something to talk about at your Seder. You can ask yourself, what are we doing for those less fortunate, who's not at the Seder table, who's having a hard time this year? We're supposed to be thinking about our less fortunate brothers and sisters.